Okay, this is our good friend, Ephraim Piak, and we love him so much. He's been the one that the Lord's used to grant a strong partnership between Grace Church and the believers here in Nigeria and help us to be involved in church planting. And he's going to help explain now and summarize some of the challenges when Christian missionaries work in exclusively Muslim areas. So Ephraim, what are some of the main challenges for the missionary and for converts once they come to Christ?
Yeah, thank you very much. For the missionaries, one of the greatest challenges they face is the Muslims are trained in such a way that they resist Christian faith, and they are so resistant that sometimes they don't even allow a missionary to preach Christ to them. But again, there are ways that missionaries use to preach Christ to them, such as establishing a relationship with them, and sometimes they visit each other, they meet in the market, they do business together, and through their character, then you see a Muslim becoming very close to missionaries, and then the missionaries use the opportunity to preach Christ to them. Now, to the Muslims, those who accept Christ, those who accept the gospel, they usually declare that they have accepted Christ, but they are afraid of the persecution that comes from their family members, such as there is a threat of killing one because he believes Christ. There is also persecution of separating you to your family. They will ask you to leave the entire community because you no longer belong to their faith. And some of them will be beaten. Some of them actually have been beaten to death. Some of them would go to a state of coma for some time. They will bundle them and abandon them and sometimes throw them into the bush. We have those that have, by the grace of God, revived after receiving heart beating, and they were thrown into the bush and God brought them back to life, and they had to run for their life. Sometimes in the night they will run away secretly and come to the church or to the missionary, and the missionary will arrange on how to take them out of the community to a Christian community to disciple them, and we try to rehabilitate them to be part of the Christian community, and sometimes ask them to leave the entire place that people know them to a far Christian community where nobody knows them there. And we do that through a sister church and through pastors, so that has been helpful. And there are those who would tell the missionary or the pastor that I have accepted Christ, but they cannot publicly come out to say that they are Christians, and so they remain secret Christians. And sometimes the missionaries will advise them to remain faithful, prayerfully, practicing Christianity, but in a secret way, in such a way that their family members will not know. And some of them do that until such a time that we plan for them to leave the community. And some other missionaries will right away encourage them to leave the community and go to another place where they are not known, and they will be taken care of by the church. So these are some of the challenges that we face in Muslim communities in the north.
So presently, are there missionaries, Equa missionaries, working in some of these places? And if so, how can Grace Church be praying for them?
Yeah, we have several of those kind of missionaries that have received special training on how to reach out to Muslims. They have been taught some important Islamic doctrines so that they get to understand where to start So we have such that have been specially trained to reach out to Muslims. There are those who don't have that special training, but we have them within the Muslim communities that are facing such challenges. We know that the fruit of the labor for what they are doing among Muslim communities is very slow, but we are trusting God that it will yield fruit one day. Occasionally we get such converts. So there are missionaries that are in Muslim communities that are doing Christian evangelism there.
Amen. Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.